Everyone, Infinite ZX here, and if you guessed from my clue to my next video, this is top 10 switch axes. I've chosen switch axe because it's my favourite weapon. It's the weapon I main, and boy is it fun in the Rise demo. I was expecting to get another live stream reaction today, but they have not posted it yet, so might mean I'll have to do it early morning, because they may do it during late night. But anyway, I'm a Switch Axe main, and if you disagree, just comment, which ones you disagree on, and, what your favourite Switch Axe is. But anyway, let's get started, shall we? So, to start out, I have to do the Rathalos Switch Axe. So, first off, they are bringing this back. Something good with Rise is that they're not doing what World did, where they just slapped pieces of the monster onto iron. They're bringing back the more beautiful, unique weapons. And Wrath, it's simple. It's simple yet... Like the axe mode, it looks like a head on the end, and when it switches to sword, it looks like the same. But then the blade bit turns to, it glows like a flame, and honestly, I think it's a really good thing. It has decent fire damage, which was surprising that it's better than Glavenus's fire element. That was quite a surprise, but it's weaker, but it's stronger of the element. But anyway, next up, at number 9, Chameleos. I know this isn't showing the sword, but from searching up, checking if Chameleos has a switch axe, this appears. So, yeah. Anyway, never used it, but it looks cool. It looks unique. Anyway, number 8, the Peel's axe, or Kirin's switch axe. It's very unique. I really like how it stands out compared to the rest. But other than that, it's really good, actually. Especially since Kirin is a low rank. But it's very unique. But other than that, it's not that cool looking. But anyway, at number 7, the Hazak Demios. It's simple. This is the only world one on here. But it's simple enough to how I like it. Vaal Hazak being my second favourite fight, my new favourite is Gore / Shigaru Magala. Yeah, they're my favourite fights. But, it's a unique weapon, relatively. For world, at least. For base world, it's relatively unique. So, I think that earns 7. I like its design and dragon element. Oh no, next up, the Shocker axe, aka the Lagiacrus axe. Oh, it's beautiful. I used this a lot early MHGU, because Lagiacrus is relatively low ranked, 4-star I think. But oh, is it good with its electric element, and it has a very unique design to it, being very subnautic, like very marine, it looks like it comes from a fish. And of course, obviously, Lagiacrus is water. So I think they did really well with that. And, if I didn't know this was a Lagiacrus, and you showed me this, let's say I didn't, I was told to guess what monster this not was from, because if they said from, I would probably be able to guess Lagiacrus, but if it was can you guess what type of monster this is, I would say, is this a monster that lives underwater? And I'm correct. So, that would be correct, relatively. So, yeah. Anyway, at number 5, I think... No, at number 4, we have the Fond Farewell, or the Mizutsune Switch Axe. This will be coming to Rise, obviously. And can I say one thing? Keizu's finally getting a Switch Axe, and boy does it look cool. But anyway, Fond Farewell. I like its really Japanesey aesthetic. I think that makes it very unique. It's a very Japanese. You showed me this over like, is this from a Japanese anime? But yeah, and honestly, actually now I think about it, Monster Hunter should get an anime series. Let's get this happening. And I'm not talking about the Monster Hunter story series. But anyway, it's quite cool. Water, it's very unique. Anyway, next up, the Voltaic Axe, or Astrolizer's Switch Axe. Oh, it's beautiful. It looks cool. It has the beautifulness of Astralizer with the black and green. Black and green, one of the best colour combinations, especially light green, and if it's glowy. And, oh, it looks so cool. And I hope Astralize returns so we can see this in Rise's reimagining. Anyway, the Tyrannos Switch Axe in third place. Third place, yeah. Wait. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh. That's perfect. Anyway, the Tyrannos Switch Axe. It's very cool, and with World, it's one of the most unique types of weapons. Because World, like I said, like normally would just stick monster pieces onto the main thing, but nope. This was made unique, and oh, just imagine this. It's beautiful. It's very cool. It's like very threatening with the chains. Like make a fantasy character wielding this. Like make it not switch into sword, but make him like wield this axe, and I would be like, holy Jesus, that man's intimidating. And yeah, that's just. It's called the Tyrannos, so it makes sense. Anyway, number 2, the Gore Magala Switch Axe. This was very close to being number 1 until I remembered something. But first, I have to say this. It's cool. It's very cool with like a scythe aesthetic with the axe and the sword. Very unique. There is one complaint about it. With MHGU, and if you use the trans slash, it kind of glitches. It doesn't work well with the trans slash, because normally what the trans slash does, it does 2 spins with the axe, then switches to sword, does 2 slices, then does the elemental discharge. What it does in MHGU with this is 2 things with axe, then it does the sword slashes with axe, then it does the thrust, and it changes mid-thrust, and then when it finishes, it instantly turns to the axe, to then turn to this, like, it doesn't do the transformation animation just with the explode, it just turns into the axe, and then it switches, like, quickly snaps back to the sword, and then changes into the axe. It's kind of bugged with the trans slash, so yeah, that's the one deterring thing from it, but other than that, it's one of my favourites. But it was going to be number 1 until I remembered. Almudron Switch Axe. This thing in the demo was... oh! It's just... it's amazing, and, like, with an introduction to, like, the thing, like, showing in the other things, you have the other weapons. Yes, they're all fine and dandy. Like, Magma, they're all relatively basic, though. That's kind of a complaint with mine for the demo weapons, but obviously, but you see, the reason why is because those are gonna be the main weapons. But then, you get to Switch Axe. you get to Arachnokodakis, which is cool. But then you get to the Switch Axe, like there's some sort of cyberpunk amazingness. And, oh, it's beautiful. See, originally I thought this was going to be a new insect monster which would use electricity, and that's why I thought it was, very mechanical, like robotic, and futuristic. I thought it was going to be some sort of hard armoured insect which could maybe transform some of its, front limbs into maybe, scythes to then claws. Like, scythes into crab claws. That would be a cool insect. But I thought it was going to be very futuristic with then, electricity could, you know what I mean. Like, it could maybe transform and stuff, but turns out it's Almudron, which is alright. Doesn't make sense for Almudron, but, because it looks very insect-like, the armor, but, oh, I don't care. That Switch Axe. Oh, yes. And honestly, Almudron just has the best gear out of all the new monsters that we've seen the gear of so far. 'Cause, oh, it's just fabulous. But anyway, I've been Infinite ZX. You've been a human. Infinite ZX out.